So, in terms of like DLC Link, what are some of the things that you guys are working on this year, and some of the things that like you're more excited to see happen?
Yeah, yeah. Last year was very much kind of R&D for us. We're just, building the first, many of the first kind of instantiations of these are, we're not necessarily we're not the first team to ever work on DLCs. There's a team called SuredBits that has done a great job maintaining the spec and so on. But we're taking, we're the first ones to take this approach of kind of we want to make this modular and plug it into all the apps and wallets and any chain and anybody that would want to use this. So that's that we're just making it easy and accessible, and we're the leaders in that. And so last year was a lot of actually building out those modules, like a DLC signing library for Bitcoin wallets, so they can actually do these escrow signatures, and the Oracle network, that the Bitcoin Oracle network, and various types of smart contracts for different uses on different chains, and kind of documenting it. So we've been, and there's also like a bunch of little things that you wouldn't normally think of, like if you have these escrows, you have to like store all this data in long-term cloud storage. So you need like a cloud storage server, ideally cloud, so it's kind of replicated, whatever. So there's all these kind of little pieces to just make this thing seamless. So we've been putting that together. Last November, we finally got a prototype that actually works, and it works in MetaMask, and it works in Stacks has a wallet called Hero, and so we basically got that prototype and kind of that proof of concept, showed it to our partners at Chainlink. They got really excited about it, which is great. They've been a tremendously helpful partner in this journey. And yeah. So this year, our next kind of tactical steps are to get this out in some apps that you all can play with it and use it and build on it. So the first app that's launching is going to be still on the Stacks chain. We partnered a lot with Stacks over the years. So it's a lender called Arcadico. They're launching the ability to just deposit Bitcoin, and you can take a loan on it using their stablecoin USDA, which is just kind of a smaller stablecoin on Stacks. Then the next application we're thinking of launching is actually kind of different, maybe in the next 2 months or so. We want to give people the ability to to mint a Bitcoin backed NFT. So you lock Bitcoin into this escrow, you mint an NFT, and that NFT is like a proof of collateral. It's like a NFE, it's like non-fungible escrow, but it's like a proof of collateral NFT that shows that actual Bitcoin is locked. And that's something that you can kind of potentially lend or borrow against. We're talking to Arcade XYZ and some other kind of NFT lenders about that. So that would be really interesting. It'd be like a different type of NFT that just shows that Bitcoin is locked. We're working with Chainlink's proof of reserve team to figure out, like proof of reserve, like Chainlink has a service where they kind of ping wallets, and they basically say like, is the balance there? Is the balance there? Yep, yep, yep. So we're like, hey, imagine like in addition to pinging the wallet, you could actually lock the value in an escrow. And the only way it can be unlocked is if the Chainlink server allows it to be. So it'd be kind of an extension to their, like that would be cool, especially with respect to Bitcoin. Like you can do these escrows on ETH, and but just with respect to Bitcoin, and I mean, there's definitely a lot of Bitcoin used to secure, stable coins and things like that. So that's a use case. And just there's a lot of, like we love working with kind of teams and hearing pitches of like, hey, can you do this? Could I use it in my game? Could I have Bitcoin in this game? Could I have, could there be like more complex products? Could there be more complex kind of custodial white glove services where the Bitcoin is kept separate? Like there's just so many kind of uses, and just we're just trying to, work with teams and hear all the pitches and help as much as we can. And I think later this year we'll do some more hackathons. We did a hackathon last year at Stacks. That was pretty cool, but I think we could do a lot more. right now we're working on our ETH, our Solidity contracts, and having that out, and having the documentation and all of that out. Then we'll be, working on our Cosmos, capabilities, and basically just trying to, just get this out there and just create buzz, and just kind of educate people that, like, this is actually possible. Like, you could actually do finance, like you could have a credit market on Bitcoin without relying on custodians, decentralized the whole way through. It would be just the dream. It would be like the vision of crypto kind of realized, at least on the Bitcoin side. So we're really excited about it. Obviously, I talk a lot because I get so jazzed up about it, but I think we're just going to see a lot more, news and developments coming out of out of this kind of movement this year.